Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Infinity43. Today is pure car pornography. An absolute beauty from the mid-2000s in the GT1 category, the Aston Martin DBR9. Let's take a look. If you're any sort of car person, you know about the DB9. Aston Martin has the ability to craft elegant machines that somehow also look like they could take on the toughest race in the world. Clearly, Aston Martin felt the same, and in 2005 they debuted the DBR9 for the Le Mans GT1 category. So let's just stop everything for a moment and gaze at this gorgeous car. Aston Martin maintained most of the DB9's design, chassis and engine block when designing the DBR9, making the obvious sort of mechanical and cosmetic changes to prepare the car for competitive racing. Most of the restyled body was constructed of carbon fiber composite to reduce weight, the roof being the only exception there. And so this reduction in kilograms, as well as a fully flat bottom of the car and a carbon fiber wing at the back, allowed the DBR9 to do 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds and hit 100 miles an hour in 6.4 seconds. It's pretty solid numbers. Aston Martin debuted the DBR9 at the 12 Hours of Sebring in 2005, and they could never have asked for a stronger start. They won that opening race in the GT1 category, finishing 4th overall in the whole race. That winning car was number 57. But the same three drivers who piloted her, Darren Turner, David Brabham and Stefano Ortelli, would take the DBR9 to Le Mans with the number 59. Sadly, victory would elude them at the famous 24-hour race. Despite being in contention for much of the race, Aston Martin would fall victim to fuel problems and Corvette claimed victory at the end of the 24 hours. This Corvette problem would recur in 2006, when Corvette claimed victory ahead of the DBR9 at Sebring and Le Mans. However, the DBR9 always remained in close contention and did manage to win some races in the 2006 American Le Mans series. They just got pipped at the bigger races, so to speak. But 2006 would be a good year for the team as they claimed the LMS Team Championship for GT1 as well as the Drivers' Championship for car number 50. Finally, in 2007, they conquered the Great Le Mans race, finishing 1st and 3rd in class. The DBR9 we are looking at today was made by a company called Altaya. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that, to be honest, but either way, Altaya, let's go with that. There isn't much information about them on the internet, but based on this website, they seem to be a French company. In many places I found this model referenced as an Altaya/IXO model. It perhaps indicates some sort of cross-pollination between the companies. IXO really seem to have their fingers in everywhere. So this car is part of a Le Mans series, and I believe there are about 60 of them, although that could be inaccurate. Now when you look at this model in its fully displayed state, the first differentiating feature would surely be the cardboard insert of the real car inside the display case. I've seen this in two different collections, this Le Mans collection and also a rally collection. At first I thought it was unnecessary and a bit cluttering. It seemed to me it would look better if the model was against a solid background like a white panel or a wall or something like that. But in truth, they don't really detract from the model at all, and they look pretty cool, so I've become quite fond of them actually. And for the enthusiasts, it is handy to have that information on the back of the card. Presentation is otherwise pretty standard. The car is mounted straight on a raised platform with the details clearly printed across the slant. And the case size is good, it's not cramped. But the real meat of this model, of course, is the car, and it is as striking and beautiful as the real thing. This is without a doubt one of the prettiest cars in my collection, and I can't even quite tell you why. It is. My eyes go to it so easily when I look at my whole collection. To be very clear, I do not heavily edit these photos that you're looking at. I do very minor touch-ups and a little bit of sharpening, but the colors are pretty much as they appear. The design of this car is, in my opinion, one of the prettiest cars ever to grace a racetrack, and the model brings that finish to your display shelf with great success. Now, being a closed GT car, there isn't really anything to see on the inside, so presentation is all about the outside. And this is one of very few models where I cannot find any fault with the finish. Everything is done to perfection, from the sparkly gunmetal finish to the smallest Aston Martin logo ever to appear on a model. From a distance on a shelf, it looks fantastic and it stands out, but up close, one can truly appreciate just how good that finish actually is. From what I can see, this Altaya Lamar collection is excellent quality, with solid build and a spotless presentation. If you love Lamar like I do, and you want to start or expand your collection, I highly recommend that you look into these. And this is not sponsored, by the way.